Hey guys, welcome back to my canal. So for today's video, I wanted to share a little bit of my life, a little bit of my story, and just so you guys can get to know me a little bit better, so you guys can understand why I'm doing YouTube. So I did post before we get on to the video, don't mind my shirt. I just wanted to feel comfortable, sit down and talk to you guys. So anyways, before I start, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow my social medias. I will post them right here and as well as down below. So anyways, let's just get on to the video. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys as short as possible, as quick as possible, a little bit about me, a little bit about my life, a little bit of, I don't know, I want to talk to you guys and share you guys my story. So growing up, I did come from Mexico, so I came illegal. Hello? So anyway, so my parents brought me here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And of course, I did not know anything. I did not know English. I mean, I was 3 years old. I mean, pretty much I've been here my whole life. I am 27 years old now. So I moved in, I believe as soon as we moved in with one of my aunts or something, and then eventually we moved into our own place. Okay, so once I came to the United States, obviously I had no idea of English or anything like that. So then once wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we moved in with my aunt and whatnot. So eventually we got our own place, and that's where my parents still live till this day. They've been living there for the longest time ever. I mean, they've been living there for like 20 plus years. Hi, little one. Sorry, I got my little one down here watching his mama talk. So anyway, so yeah, so growing up, we did not come from a rich family whatsoever. So I'm not sure, I keep saying so, I gotta stop. I don't remember what day, what year it was, but all I know is I believe I was 4 years old, and I wasn't in school yet. I was in 4th grade, because I remember a teacher would come to my house and read to me and tell me stories, and she was just the most sweetest person ever. And her name is Josefina, and she was just the most sweetest person ever, and I'm so grateful for that lady. She's just been a blessing in my life. So fast forwarding a few months, maybe a year later, maybe I was 5, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't remember, and I'll tell you guys into more of my story, into why I really don't remember some stuff, which is, yeah. So anyways, so I was diagnosed with cancer. I had leukemia, which, if you guys don't know what leukemia is pretty much cancer in your blood. So I was diagnosed with leukemia. The symptoms of me having that, I remember my mom said, is I wouldn't eat, I would sleep a lot, and oh my god, this hair. I would sleep a lot and my hair would just randomly fall off. I would be laying down, and in the pillow you would just see a whole bunch of hair just right there. So then I got into elementary school. I went to kindergarten, and that's when everything started happening. So let me tell you guys, there was this group of girls, okay, and maybe some of them watch my videos, some of them don't, but I really don't give a shit, okay, because I'm gonna just spill it all out. Oh, what's wrong? And I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to say their names, just because, you know, I don't want to get sued. Okay, so there was this group of people, girls. There were 2 twins and then 2 other girls that were in their little clique. So I would get bullied so freaking much by them. I mean, I would get bullied because I didn't have hair. And obviously when you have cancer, your hair falls out. And I mean, that's something I can't control. So I remember going into school and, you know, meeting everybody, and I didn't have any friends. I was alone. I had no friends, no one to hang out with. I remember one time when I was there in the playground. You guys know how in every school there's obviously a police because of whatever the case may be. So the cop car was parked right there in the school parking lot or whatever, like right in front of the kindergarten area. And I remember these group of girls came up to me, and I mean, I was sitting by myself. I had no friends. I was playing by myself in the playground and whatnot. So I came and I think I was sitting like by the bench where I could see the cop. And they just come up to me and they're like, oh, you see that cop? Like, that cop's gonna come and get you. Like, that cop's here for you. Like, just telling me these cruel things. So yeah, so these girls, you know, they were telling me like these horrible things, these mean things. And they bullied me my whole entire school year. So it's just so much, like, they would just make fun of me. They would call me a loner. They would call me a loser. They would say I have no friends. They would say nobody wants to hang out with me. I mean, they would just say so many mean things. And right now that I think about it, I'm just like, why the fuck did I listen to those bitches? Why? So anyways, so fast forward, you know, my whole school year, whatever. I'm trying to make this as short as possible. Fast forward like my whole school year, so up until 6th grade, I believe. Then it came 6th grade, and my parents, okay, my dad could afford buy me expensive shoes, but they refused not to. They would go to Payless and buy me and my brother shoes. And to be honest, we would be so freaking happy. Like, my dad would get paid and he'd be like, all right guys, get ready, we're gonna go eat, and then we're gonna go to Payless and get you guys shoes. Like, we would be so stoked. I would be so freaking happy that my parents would go and buy me Payless shoes. I mean, I wouldn't care. I mean, hey, I got new shoes, you know. Okay, so then I believe, yeah, so like I was saying, you know, my parents would like buy me shoes from Payless, which, like I said, I wouldn't mind. I love Payless shoes. And I remember them girls, once in specific, her parents would get her like Jordans and all that stuff, like whatnot, whatever. I did not know what the hell Jordans were. I did not know what Timberlands were. I did not know what any of those name brands were. So anyway, so then I remember getting bullied because I had Payless shoes. And I didn't ever tell my mom that I wanted like expensive shoes because I would get bullied. I mean, I would just come home and be a girl and have fun and hang out with people, which were my neighbors, which I absolutely love them. And I couldn't be any more thankful. It was Mariella, Yanni, and Erica, Teresa, Jessica, who else? Lalo, Delia. Oh my god, I love them so much. Like, those were my people. Every time I would get home from school, that's who I would run to. Those were the people that I would just hang out with. And it sucks because they were so much older. I mean, I would just hang out with older people because they pretty much like hung out with me. So at school I had no friends. Sometimes I would eat like in the bathroom, in the stall, just because I'd rather be eating there than eating out with people and getting made fun of because I had no friends. There was one girl, I'm gonna just name her. Her name was Maribel. her dad worked with my dad, and she was the most sweetest person ever. Till this day, I still talk to her. I hang out with, I don't hang out with her as much because obviously she has her baby, I have my baby, I got my life, she has her life, she's married, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so her, I appreciate her so much for always being my friend, and she was just a really great person. But we would hang out outside school, but you know, like in school everything's different, like your friends are different than outside. So yeah, so I would hang out with her. That's the only person. But during school I wouldn't hang out with her. No one really ever asked like to hang out with me, and I mean, I really don't care right at this point right now, whatever. It would just hurt me because I had no friends. Okay, I got bullied in 6th, 7th grade by other people, other girls, and they would say they were gonna jump me. They said this and this and that, like all this bullshit. So then they told me that a guy wanted to be my boyfriend or whatever, and I was like, okay, like yay, like I got a boyfriend and whatnot, you know, whatever. And then they come and they're like, oh, he wants to break up with you. I was like, okay, like why? Like, and then whatever, you know. So then we fast forward time. I saw this cute ass shirt in the Lost and Found, and I was like, oh my god, this shirt is so nice. Like, I know my parents can't afford like these type of shirts or like these type of clothing. Like, you know what, I'm going to just take it. I mean, no one has claimed it, and I didn't get it right away. So let's say I saw it today and then I picked it up on Friday so I can wear it on the weekend. So I was like, yay, you know, like a new shirt I can wear on the weekend. I look cute. I was like in 7th grade, and I wore it to school on Monday. Bad idea. I know, if I find something and I got it from the lockers or the Lost and Found, like why would I even take it to school? It's obviously someone. So me being the smart person I am, I got it and I took it to school. I wore it, you know, with my black pants and the shirt. The most embarrassing thing that can happen was the girl that owns that shirt approaching you and say, where did you get that shirt? And the first thing I said was like, at the mall. I got it at the mall. And she looked at me like, this bitch is stupid. And then she's like, that's mine. And I was like, no, I got it at the mall. So then sure enough, she looks in the back of the tag, and she says, you know, it has her name, and I'm like, fuck, okay, it's yours. She's like, that's mine, I want it back, like you need to take it off. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna take it off if I don't have a shirt? So I was like, I can't take it off, I don't have a shirt. So she made me take it off, and she punked my ass, okay, to take it off. And I went to the lockers, to my PE lockers, and I had to wear my PE shirt the whole day because I didn't have, you know, anything else to wear. Okay, so then I was like, okay, whatever, here you go, like, you know, here's your fucking shirt, like, shut the fuck up. So the whole school knew that I took that from the Lost and Found. And then this girl that I stole her shirt from, well, I didn't steal it, okay? It was in the Lost and Found. So she went and told everybody, like, she got my shirt, this and this and that, like, and then she would tell me all the time, like, oh, I saw you at the thrift store. I saw you at the Segunda with your mom. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I was ashamed of it. I don't know why. I mean, it's fucking sad to be, you know, to be bullied like that, and especially if you don't know any, you know, people's situations. That's why you shouldn't be bullied by anyone. You shouldn't let anyone bully you. You shouldn't bully no one. So anyway, so then that happened, and I'm like, no. She's like, yeah. And it's crazy because I'm like, did she really see me because I was at the segunda with my mom, or is she just saying that because she wants to say it, you know? So I mean, I would go to the segunda, I would get cute clothes, and I mean, I wouldn't tell no one where I got it from. I was just ashamed. And it sucks because now that I think about how I was treated and how people were so evil and so mean, and there was a point where people would say like, oh, is that your grandma? Meaning my mom, because she had me when she was 35. She was older, and me being the bitch, or you know, me being embarrassed, I said yeah. Like I was like, yeah, she's my grandma. Get it together, bitch. And me being the sorry, I have my daughter in front of me. I have an interview today. You can't cry. You can't cry, bitch. Don't cry. Okay, and then me being the person that I was like, you know, yeah, she's my grandma. And the whole school year, like, I would just say she's my grandma when she was my mom. And I regret that for the rest of my life. And the reason why it gets to me now is because my mom has been through hell. I mean, through hell. She lost 2 of her kids. I had cancer. My brother was getting buried. And for me to be a bitch, for me to be ashamed of her like that, it just sucks. And I would never, ever, ever want my kids to be embarrassed of me or anything like that. But anyways, so kids would bully me about that, so I just went along with it. And I was like, yeah, she's my mom, she's my grandma, or whatever. I don't know why I did my makeup if I was gonna fucking cry. So yeah, so anyway, so I would just say, yeah, you know, she's my grandma and whatnot. Like, she would pick me up from school. She would walk to school and take me to school until I got older, and then I just started walking by myself. And yeah, so Mom, I know you're not watching this, but I just want to say I love you so much. And remember, guys, when your mom says something, she is always right. Okay, so then we get into whatever. I graduated, people kind of stopped bullying me. And then I get into high school. So in high school, my freshman year, I was a fuck up. I failed. Luckily, I never did drugs. I did drink. I drank my ass. So I would ditch school so much. I would just not give a fuck. I would literally ditch. I would skipping school. I wouldn't do my homework. I would go party. I would go to kickbacks. I would drink. I would just ditch every day. I would drink every day. I would get fucked up every day. And you know, I would hang out with the wrong people. When your friends tell you, let's go hang out and let's go to a party and drink, yeah, girl, they ain't your friends, okay? So to all you young ones, those are not your friends. Friends are the ones that encourage you and tell you to do good. So anyways, I went to school, whatever, and then I started talking to my son's dad. And so my parents didn't let me have a boyfriend until I turned 15. So then my 15th birthday party comes around, and I was like, hey, come over, whatever, you know, like, we hung out or whatever. So anyway, so yeah, so I started dating him when I was 15, and then I got pregnant. And I had to move in with him. I had no choice because my parents said, you're pregnant? Well, not my parents, but my dad. He was like, you're pregnant, get the fuck out. like get out. You knew what was gonna happen. You know, like you have to go and live with him. And everything was fine until it got very violent. That relationship was so violent, so toxic, that if I wouldn't have left, or if he wouldn't have kicked me out, I think I would have been dead by now. I'm gonna just tell you guys a few incidents that happened. So the first incident that happened was I was pregnant and he would hit me. He would hit me for no reason. Till this day, I don't know why he would hit me. He did approach to me a few years back, probably like 5-6 years ago, saying that he was sorry for hitting me and the way he was with me. But I don't remember. I don't even know why he would hit me. I mean, I was mentioning that before my camera died. I remember an incident where I didn't want to go and get him a glass of water, and he literally just slapped the fuck out of me. I was with my newborn son. No, I was pregnant, sorry. I was pregnant and I was tired. And I mean, when you're fucking pregnant, you're fucking tired, period. You just want to be sleeping. So I was like, no, like you go. I mean, literally it was like 2 seconds away. And I was like, no, like you go and get the water. And this wasn't the first time. So then, sorry, this was the first time that everything started, how everything started. And I was like, no, this and this and that. And so I just remember him like slapping me. And I was like, what the fuck? No, he punched me or slapped me, one of those. And then he would just hit me while I was pregnant, and I remember I would get so much panic attacks. I would have to go to the hospital because of that. And then my baby was born, my son was born, little cute little thing, and I was breastfeeding and then giving him formula. So again, I was turned around with my son. We were all in the bed. He was like, hey, go get me something to drink. And I'm like, no, go get it yourself. Like, I'm not going to be no one's bitch. Especially with the newborn. I understand, like, if you were sick, if you were whatever. But, I mean, it's in the middle of the night. Like, leave me alone. So, I was turned around with my son. And he was like, go get me water. I was like, no. He's like, go get me water, so I'm gonna hit you. And I'm like, no, you're not. So then he fucking slaps me. And really, Destiny? So then he slaps me, and again I'm like, fuck. Like, it was just so many times. So then I forgot why we got into it this time, but I remember we got into it, and I remember he made my nose bleed. I went to his mom. You know, his mom was like saying everything's fine, blah 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 blah. I wanted to call the cops, but I was scared to call the cops. I was scared for what was gonna happen to me or my son. Like, I didn't want my son, you know, anything like that. So I didn't do anything. And I mean, right now we're cool. Right now we co-parent. Like, we are like this, like co-parenting, we're fine. And this relationship literally only lasts like 2 years. So anyway, so then, I mean, it hurt. Yes, it did. And when somebody hits you, when somebody tells you or calls you names, that is not love. Trust me, it is not. And the reason why you're in that relationship is because you're scared or you're threatened by that person. So anyways, oh my god, the worst one was when his parents weren't home. These people like to go out, and that's what I loved about them, because they go out. It's like they be out and about. And I remember one time his parents left to go see his uncle, which his uncle lived, I don't know, God knows where, up in Egypt somewhere. And it was just me, him, and the baby. And I remember we were there in the living room, laying down watching a movie. Why am I crying? This happened a long time ago. And now all I remember was he got on top of me, and he got on top of me and started choking me to the point I couldn't breathe no more. And my son was right next to me. He was like a few months old. And all I can remember was him. And all I can remember was him telling me, like, no one's here to listen to you. And he just got on top of me with his two hands and started choking me for no reason. And he was just like, no one's here to listen to you. So all I did was looked over to my son. And all I could do was pray that God could save me. I just saw the demon in his eyes. And I was just like, God, please help me. Please protect me from this evil person. Let me tell you guys, my parents never knew. They never knew what was going on. I would see my parents, and I would come home I would see them and I would have bruises, and they're like, what happened? The hell is this? I would see them and they're like, what happened? I'm like, oh, you know, they lived in a ranch. So I'm just like, oh, nothing. I got hit by the horse, or I was feeding the chickens or the goats, and, you know, one hit me. I mean, I would just make up stupid excuses. It's just too much for my interview. Literally, I'm filming this before my interview. But I was just feeling so, like, motivated to film this video. So then our last fight that was it. He told me, he's like, you know what, that's it, I don't want to be with you, like, move on, like, leave. And I left with my son, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm leaving, but I'm taking my son with me. And ever since then I haven't came back. Like, that was that. And, you know, right now he's married and has his kids of his own as well. And like I said, we co-parent. I forgave him. I asked God to please forgive him for everything he's done. And that's that. Like, I prayed for him a lot. And right now I just hope he's doing good. He's doing good, treating his wife right, which I'm sure he is. And, you know, that's that. We co-parent. We have a son together, and that's that. Like, nothing else, it says. Nothing else is said between me and him besides our son, strictly for our son, which I love how we can co-parent like that. So then, whatever, we split up. And then I meet my other partner, which we're not going to get into him because he was a different story. He not once laid hands on me, not once said anything bad about me. We had our ups and downs, yes, but he was a great person. And that's that. So we're not gonna get into that relationship. So then I go into another relationship, and this relationship is horrible. This relationship was the worst ones I've ever been in. I mean, the worst in so little time. Where you get hit, where you get pulled by your hair, where you get slapped, where you get called a, I'm not gonna say him, I'm gonna just put him on the screen, where this person tries to make you jealous of from other females or whatever, however you say. Like, he pretty much would say stuff about other females so I could get jealous. When this person drinks and gets so violent, when this person just really doesn't care about your feelings, how you feel. You did so much for this one person. Clean, cook, you would work, you would both go half and halves on everything. When you gave him your all and they still say they love you and they beat you, hey, that is not love. When you simply want some love and attention, but they're so busy on their phones that they'd rather be on their phones than to pay a simple attention to you or the people that's around him. How is that love? How is that anything? And I don't want to go so much into details about this person because I'm scared he's going to watch this and come back for me and do anything. And anyways, so yeah, so this person threatened me so much. And that's why I'm making this video, because I don't want no one else going through the same shit I've been through. I mean, I can sit here and tell you guys so much about my whole life, but I just wanted to break it down so I can tell you guys that you guys shouldn't be living in fear, or you guys shouldn't be even living with this type of scaredness. Like, if you are in an abusive relationship, leave. I'll try to insert some pictures. I might crop them because I don't want, you know, just for reasons. I don't want it to be really out there. But my point is, don't let no one bully you. Don't let no one hit you. Don't let no one make you feel less of what... Don't let no one else make you feel less than what you really are. You are worth so much. You are worth a lot. You are worth everything. And to have a guy or some person tell you otherwise, do not ever let that get to you. Because once you let someone control your life, and control everything about you, that's it. It's just gonna be so hard for you not to let them not control you. For them to, how can I say this? I know another girl that I'm not gonna mention her name, but she as well went through the same thing as I did, having someone control their lives, and it sucks. We both understand each other. But like I said, don't let anyone freaking control your life. Don't let anyone hit you. Don't let, like, stand up for yourself. it's easier said than done, trust me. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know about like a little bit about myself, a little bit about my life, what I've been through. So this is the reason why I made YouTube, was because I had no friends. I really don't have any friends outside YouTube. YouTube is my only thing that I have. All of you guys that support me are my friends, and I consider you guys as my friends. I'm a loner. I'm a lonely person. That's why I made YouTube, because I don't have friends. And I was like, hey, maybe if I make friends, you know, people will DM me. They would, you know, just want to be friends for the person that I am. And I'm such a soft person that I don't know how to say no or how to say anything. And that's why I feel like everyone just take advantage of me, because of the way I am. So if you guys are going through anything like this, please DM me, please email me, please, whatever you guys want. I mean, I'm here to listen. I'm here to give you guys advice. I'm here to give you guys my arms and just run to them and let me know what's going on. So if you guys need any advice, any type of, if you guys just want somebody to talk to, please don't hesitate to email me or message me on Instagram. Anyway, so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope it wasn't too long. And once again, please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.